Hello and welcome to this Excel tips video. I am Sumit Bansal, and in this video I'm going to show you a few examples on how to compare two columns in Excel and look for matches and differences. So here I have this example where I have these two columns and I want to quickly compare whether these two names here in the same row are same or not. So this is a very basic example where all I have to do is simply use this cell reference equal to this cell reference and I check whether this is true or false. So in case these two names are same, it is going to give me true, else it is going to give me false. Now if you want a little more descriptive name, you can also use the if condition where the test would be again the same, A2 is equal to B2, and here I would say give me match when there is a match there, and in case it's not a match, then give me no match as the text. And here you can see when I copy this down, it would instantly give me match and no match, where I can see these are the rows where the data does not match. Now this is a very basic example. Let's see something a little more practical where I have these two columns and I have these company names and I want to check what are the company names that are there in both column 1 as well as column 2. So I would simply select this data, go to the home tab, and in conditional formatting go to highlight cell rules, and here I would click on duplicate values. And in the duplicate values dialog box, I would make sure duplicate is selected, specify the formatting. You can choose from these formatting, or you can click on custom and then you can design your own format and click on OK. And as soon as you do this, it is going to highlight these cells which have those names that are there in column 1 as well as column 2. So you can see these are 6 names that are there in both these columns. Now, in case you want to look for those names that are there only in one column and not the other column, then again you can use conditional formatting. So I would select this data set, go to the home tab, in conditional formatting go to highlight cell rules, duplicate values, and here instead of duplicate I'm going to look for unique values, and I can change the formatting here, click OK, and instantly it gives me these 6 companies that are there only in column 1 and these 2 companies that are only there in column 2. So this is something that I personally have to use a lot, and this is really useful. Now let me also show you how to do this using a formula. So I want to find out what are the names that are there in column 1 but not in column 2. So here I can use a VLOOKUP formula where this becomes my lookup value and this becomes my table array. So I would press F4 to lock it. My column index number would be 1 because there is only one column in the table array, and I'm looking for an exact match. And it gives me the name which is there in column 1 and column 2 both. But when I drag this down, it gives me these not available errors, which means that these are the names that are there in column 1 but are not there in column 2. So in this case, you can also modify the formula in such a way that it gives you a little more descriptive result, such that there is a match or this is not there. So in this case, I can use an if error formula, and within if error, I would again use the VLOOKUP formula. This is my lookup value. This is my table array, photo lock it 1 0, and in case of an error, I can say not found. Now I hit enter and I can drag this down, and instantly I see that these are the names. The cells where the value is not found are the names that are there in column 1 but not in column 2. If you want, you can quickly filter this as well. Let me delete this column, and here let me give it a header, and you can quickly filter this as well. So I have applied the filter. I would deselect everything, click on not found, and instantly I get these names that are there in only column 1 and not in column 2. So again, this is one way of doing it. In case you want to do it the other way around, where you want to find out the names that are there in column 2 but not in column 1, then you can tweak the formula. Let me show you another example of comparing columns where I have these two columns, and what I want to do is fetch the matching value for each column here in this cell. So if it's Facebook, I want to go to this data set, fetch the corresponding value for Facebook. This is a simple VLOOKUP problem, so I can use VLOOKUP in this case. This becomes my lookup value. This becomes my lookup array. Press F4 to lock it. I wanted the value from the second column and I want an exact match. So this is a really simple lookup and reference problem. But now in case, let's say you have a similar problem, but in this case, the name does not match completely. So in this case, you can see I have Apple, but here I have Apple Incorporation. So I want to compare these two columns and fetch the value, but I do not have an exact name. You can still use VLOOKUP in this case with a wildcard character. So the formula that I'm going to use in this case is going to be VLOOKUP this is the lookup value, but I'm not just going to use this, I'm also going to append it with a wildcard character, which is an asterisk sign, which means that any name that starts with this cell's value, which is Facebook, and can have anything after it. So if it is, let's say, Facebook Private Limited, Facebook Incorporation, Facebook Corporation, anything, it would be a match for this because it starts with the name Facebook. Now, my table array would be this entire range. I would press F4 to lock it. I want it from the second column and I want an exact match. And now when I hit enter, it gives me this result, and now I can drag this down. And you can see, despite these being not a complete match, so this is Apple and this is Apple Incorporation, it still gives me the right result. Similarly, I have JP Morgan here and JP Morgan Chase here, but still gives me the right result. So in case you have such kind of comparison where you have to fetch value in partial matching data, then you can use VLOOKUP with a wildcard character. That's it in this video. I hope you found this useful. Also, if you're liking these videos, please subscribe to the YouTube channel and please click on the bell icon so that you're notified whenever I come up with the new Excel tips video. Thank you and have a nice day.